Good afternoon, welcome. My name is David. I'm the day chef at Kendal at Lexington, and today I'm going to prepare a specialty salad that we make on a daily basis for our residents. What we're going to start with are the fruits, and then we're going to add the vegetables to it, because what we have here is a roasted fruit and vegetable salad mixed with arugula and kale. We're going to start with the fruit because we don't want to sully up the cutting board with the onion, because we're going to be putting some onion on here as well towards the end. So what I'm doing right now is just cutting out the fruit, keep the heart out. We're going to dice it down real small. And we've got a red apple and a green apple. I've also got some really nice fresh pear. We do try very hard to get as much local fruit, vegetable, and stuff from our local farmers, seeing as how we live in a farming area. So our residents are getting fresh, healthy vegetables and fruits. And let's get all this, get it into our bowl. But first, let's get through the yellow squash, and then we're going to put a little green zucchini. I'm going to put a red onion in here. Now, you can use any kind of fruits, any kind of vegetables. What you don't want to use is like a real soft fruit. You don't want to grate watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydews. They're very hard because they don't roast as well. All right, now, this one, I'm gonna have to use a bigger knife. This is a watermelon radish. And you'll see why in just a second. This one you're gonna cut a little bit thinner, because you want to keep it all good and crispy, since it is a harder one. And now you're looking at something like that, and it's just beautiful. Now for the red onion. Okay, now we're done with this. Now what I'm going to add to it, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of seasoned rice vinegar, a mixture of kosher salt, garlic, and pepper, and then always for me a little white balsamic glaze, which just gives it a little extra sweetness and helps bring out the flavor of the fruit and vegetable, and a little bit of basil. We'll add a little more at the end. Now, that way, we're going to want to toss this a little bit, and then we are going to go heat up our saute pan, and we're going to saute them in the oven. So let's just bring this over here, get that started, and we're going to let it heat up. We're going to give it, it's going to take a couple of seconds. So we want to get it nice and hot so that when you throw it in there, it doesn't have to cook so long. We get a good brown on it, and that'll help release all the fruits and the flavor and the sugars that are in the fruit. And that in itself is going to make the salad dressing. Just hold this off to the side for right now. Flip it up. We're going to flip it a couple of times. And when we're done with that, we're just going to shut it off because we don't want them to get wilted. We want to keep them fresh, hot, crispy. Look at that color. The smell coming up of that. That's what it's all about. That's what we're going to be showing to the residents, and that's what they're going to eat. And they eat stuff like this every day. In the meantime, let's work on the arugula. I'm going to put all that in the bowl. Get that in there because it's got a nice little peppery flavor to it and a good crunch. And we're going to bring out a little bit of fresh kale. Now for this, I'm going to have to move this because we're going to need to cut this kale up. You can hear it crispy and crunching. That's what we're looking for. All right, we got that. Now we're going to take this, we're going to move it over to this bowl. Actually, we bring this bowl back over here and get the rest of that. And set this off to the side. Done with the cutting board. And now we go back over here. They're nice. They're starting to get a little bit of color. So I'm just going to give it about another minute because you don't want to overcook it. You want to keep it still crispy, just enough to let the natural flavors of the vegetables and the fruit start to come together. And You can see it start to bubble around the side, and I think we're good. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put about 3/4 of it, set these to the side. So now I'm getting ready to toss this salad, but before I do that, let me put on a pair of gloves here, because we don't want any problems. Okay, here we go. Now we're tossing this. Toss it good, because you want to get all that juice and stuff onto the kale. You want to get it onto the arugula. Now we're going to set this off to the side. We're going to put it in this beautiful blue bowl. Now is where the fun. You put the rest of your vegetables, your fruits, all around the top. Like this. Previously, I've cut some strawberries to put around the side of this bowl, just to give it a little extra presentation-wise. I'm going to start like this. Just kind of put them around the outside because it goes beautiful with the color. Nice, huh? And we just kind of put them around like that. And then for me, just because I like to do a little presentation and put a little more show and flair, I'm going to put a small centerpiece that I made out of a cantaloupe in the middle. And just like a little star. And this, folks, is one of the many specialty salads that we make here at Kendal for our residents. If you like it, please come visit us. We'd love to have you. Come see our campus. Come join us for a meal. Thank you.